and you want to 3D print the file, you can open Bamboo Studio, which you can download from the Waimea Technology Weebly page. First thing you need to do is make sure that you set up for the right printer. So we change this down to A1 Mini. Depending on what the file is, if you want something just that's going to be printed really fast, we'll change this down to 0.28. If you've got something like this, like Benjamin's tiny skull, and you want it really fine detail, you're going to put this into 0.08. And the only other things to really watch for, if you did something that was tall and skinny and you need a brim, I'd advise to change your brim to outer and inner. It just gives it your print a little bit more stability. If your thing has got some overhangs, then you might enable supports, although I'd recommend you design without supports as best, but you can click enable supports. And then the other thing you could do as well, if you really want to get in some fine detail, if you're not just trusting these defaults, you can have a play with these settings. So personally, my favorite infill, which is not really relevant for this design, but if we went to adaptive cubic, and you could reduce the fit if it didn't need to be too strong. It could be smaller infill. If you wanted it to be really strong, you could increase the height of the infill. In terms of the bottom surface pattern and the top surface pattern, I wouldn't worry too much about those. So the other thing we can do with our design is we can click on it, and we've got this thing here which is called variable layer height adaptive, and what that does is it means it just basically takes more time on your final layers so that they end up with the best finish possible. The other thing you can do is if you've got multiple items, you can use auto rotate them, but this is already leveled, so that's fine. And this one here does arrange. If you've got a file that you need to split, you can use this one here. If you need your design rotated around another way, it goes over here. There's heaps of videos on YouTube of how to make this proper. Once you've done this, you're going to hit slice plate. And then once you've got the slice plate here, you can see this is taking a whopping 6 minutes. You're going to go File, Export, Place Size File, or you could just hit Control G. And that's going to come up with a prompt for you for how to save your stuff. That's it.